Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Police probing Tivoli Gardens Orange Street murders. The Kingston West Police are probing two killings which occurred in the division on Sunday. One of the shootings occurred in Tivoli Gardens and the other along Orange Street, downtown Kingston. The person in the Orange Street incident has been identified as Obinton Pennycock, otherwise called Futali, a vendor from Craighead Kingston 12. The police have not released any information about the Tivoli Garden shooting, and it's not known if the incidents are related. It was reported that around 12:45 p.m., Pennycock was walking along Orange Street when, on reaching Toronto Avenue, he was pounced upon by armed men. The gunmen opened fire, hitting him multiple times. He died on the spot. Police found several spent shells at the scene. No motive has been established for the killing. Windscreen wiper killed in Cockburn Gardens. The St. Andrew South Police are probing the murder of a 17-year-old windscreen wiper early Sunday morning. He has been identified as Ricardo Brim Abraham of an Olympic Way address. Information reaching reporters is that Ambrose was shot and killed about 12:30 a.m. along 2nd Street in Bell Rock, Cockburn Gardens. Explosions were heard and the police were summoned to the scene. On their arrival, Abrams was found lying in a pool of blood with gunshot wounds to his head. He was rushed to hospital, where death was confirmed. Portmore Mayor calls for increased lighting and police patrols along Dyke Road in St. Catherine. A call is being made for increased lighting and police patrols along Dyke Road in Portmore, St. Catherine. This follows the discovery of several bodies in the area over the years. In the latest discovery, which occurred on Wednesday, January 11, the decomposed body of a woman was found. The police are investigating the incident. Portmore Mayor Leon Thomas told reporters that Dyke Road is an important thoroughfare, but it is not well lit. He explained that this has facilitated the dumping of bodies by criminals. He suggested that efforts be made to implement more street lights and have more police patrols to discourage criminal activities.
Dyke Road is a major thoroughfare for our motorists leaving Portmore and coming into Portmore. Also, people use it to also go through to Spanish Town and Maypen. It is a road that is well used. I think that what needs to be done, more lighting, more police patrol along that thoroughfare, because we see where they are taking a lot of bodies to dump along that area. So a little more policing needs to be done and more lighting needs to take place along the Dyke Road. Some lights.
Gunmen shoot up, set fire to businessman's house, occupant saved by cops. Quick action by the St. Catherine South Police prevented bloodshed and possible death yesterday morning after the home of a businessman was shot up and set ablaze in Old Harbour. The businessman was unhurt, the police said. Lawmen have since launched an investigation into the suspected case of arson and shooting. Information reaching reporters is that around 12:15 a.m., the businessman was awoken by a loud noise outside his house. He got up and saw smoke coming through his bedroom window, made checks and realized that a section of the living room and veranda were on fire. He also heard several explosions sounding like gunshots and was unable to leave the burning dwelling. The businessman managed to summon the police, who arrived and rescued him from the house. No motive has been established for the attack. St. Elizabeth most wanted now in custody. The St. Elizabeth Police is reporting that the man considered the parish's most wanted is now in custody. The police say Dwight Morrison, otherwise called Sharky, surrendered on Friday. Morrison was wanted in connection to the murder of Everton Spence and was named as a person of interest in several other murders, shootings, robberies and break-ins committed in the parish. Superintendent Kenneth Chin, commanding officer for St. Elizabeth Police Division, explained to reporters that Morrison's surrender came in part from the pressure the police brought to bear on the fugitive, with several coordinated activities which included targeted and snap raid of Banbury Hall and surrounding communities, round-the-clock covert operations, tracking his known associates, and other operational activities. Man ordered to pay $90,000 after allegedly beating his girlfriend for 10 years. A man was ordered on Tuesday to bring $90,000 in restitution on his next court date after he was charged for beating his girlfriend for almost 10 years. The man, Davian Whiteley, was charged with the offenses of larceny for the person, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, and malicious destruction of property. He pleaded guilty to the assault charge, but not guilty to the other offenses. The allegations are that on December 20, about 1:15 p.m., The complainant was walking along Old Hope Road in St. Andrew when she saw Whiteley. They both got into an altercation, which reportedly resulted in the man using a stick to poke her in the face. This, the court was told, caused a wound to her mouth. The court was also told that he stole her phone and destroyed it. The woman told senior parish judge at the Kingston and St. Andrew Court, Lori Ann Cole Montague, that she was in the process of moving out of the house they shared because of the horrible treatment she was receiving. She said Whiteley is always accusing her of cheating with one of her male friends, and one day he spotted the two of them talking and started an argument with her, which escalated to a fight. The woman went on to say that he then hit her in the head with a stick. The victim added that Whiteley allegedly used a plank and a stone to repeatedly strike her in her head, causing her to be hospitalized for 3 days. Continuing, the woman said Whiteley even denied paternity for her son because his mother say he can't breed nobody because when he did little injure out a tree and hurt himself, and therefore he is infertile. Defending his action, Whiteley simply accused her of cheating on him with her male friend. Every time I see them, I see the two of them drinking, he said. Whiteley was ultimately told to return to court for sentencing on February 27 and ordered to bring the $90,000. His bail was also denied on concerns of him interfering with the complainant. A fingerprint order was also made for him. Wanting to hear the other man's version of what occurred since he witnessed the fight, the judge made an order for the man to appear before her on the next court date. Computer lab to be established at Craighead Primary in Manchester, following promise by MP Audley Shaw. Students at the Craighead Primary School in Manchester will soon have a computer laboratory to assist with their technological education. This follows a promise by Member of Parliament for Manchester North Eastern Audley Shaw on January 13. Mr. Shaw noted that the computer laboratory will be part of efforts which would ensure that the institution receives all the technology needed to improve its operations. He said that he would liaison with the Universal Service Fund's Chief Executive Officer, Daniel Dawes, to get the laboratory established.
We are going to target making sure that this school gets as much technology as possible. And we're going to start with ensuring that we've set up a nice computer lab right here at Craighead Primary School. Mr. Dawes has given me his undertaking, and I will also speak with my colleague Minister Darrell Vaz to make sure that that project comes through for Craighead Primary School. My next stop, after we put in the computer lab down here, is to see if we can put a hotspot down here as well.
Hanover residents urged to remain cautious against COVID-19. Medical Officer of Health for Hanover, Dr. Singh, is imploring residents and visitors to the parish not to drop their guard and to continue to protect themselves against COVID-19. In his report at the monthly meeting of the Hanover Municipal Corporation on Thursday, Dr. Singh noted that Hanover had recorded only one active COVID-19 case in December. However, there is no room for complacency, particularly with the emergence of the XBB 1.5 Omicron subvariant in 2022. There is a new subvariant of COVID-19 circulating in at least 65 countries, including neighboring countries like the United States. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is watching it closely, he said, noting that available information from the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, and the World Health Organization, WHO, indicates that it is highly transmissible. Dr. Singh is urging persons, particularly those 65 years and older, and those with significant underlying health conditions, to get vaccinated, and individuals who are already fully vaccinated to get their booster shots. Those who have had COVID-19 before are still susceptible to the infection, but vaccines are helping to protect against serious illness, he pointed out. Vaccination coverage in Hanover remains low at approximately 37,702 doses. Dr. Singh also reported an increase in seasonal respiratory illnesses and recommended that persons observe the same protocols as those for COVID-19. These include staying at home when feeling ill, washing hands frequently and properly, wearing a mask in crowded spaces, covering the mouth when coughing or sneezing, using a tissue and disposing of it properly after use, and if no tissue is available, cough or sneeze in the elbows, not hands. Dr. Singh said the health department in Hanover is closely monitoring influenza-like illness, which he noted is below the epidemic threshold. He said that the department remains vigilant following the holiday period when persons usually get exposed to different people gathering in celebration of the festive season. The flu season extends from October to March. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell